and welcome to our show on the internet. This is Mesonote Bites, transmitting from beautiful Cypress, Texas, Northwest Houston. We have a beautiful Sunday. We have friends at the house. Our good friend Bill and Gail are with us today. We're gonna make paella. I'm gonna show you how to make paella. But first, we're gonna have sips of pisco sour, a little cigar. Try to enjoy life like we like to do.
Okay, before we get into nitty-gritty of making the paella, I want to talk about blanching veggies. This is a very easy technique used to keep the vegetables crisp and tender. So we're going to do that with our green beans. Basically, we're going to boil them briefly until you see that the color is green, vibrant, and to the touch they're still a little hard, so you don't want to cook them all the way through. So to stop the cooking process, you put them in a bath of iced water or ice. Here we go. Here's the boiling water and the green beans in there, and now we're going to stop the cooking by putting it in ice. And here's the rest of the ingredients. We have found some great shrimp, and we sliced finely some red bell peppers. Here are green beans that we previously blanched. Chicken, you can leave them with the skin on, or you can remove the skin if you like. Either way is fine. Two main ingredients of the paella are the rice and the Spanish chorizo, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the key ingredient is the saffron, which is a very fine and very expensive ingredient, sometimes hard to find in supermarkets. If you can't find it, go to the Spanish section and look for sazón Goya con azafrán, where azafrán means saffron. And then we're gonna need a lot of chicken stock, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes, and minced garlic. Now join me outside where I have my grill fired up and hot, and I put it on top of my flat pan, which is a paella pan. Use some olive oil, and first thing we're gonna do is cook the chorizo, which is gonna release a lot of oils with a lot of flavor, and that's what we're gonna use to cook our chicken and other ingredients. Don't forget to season well with sea salt or kosher salt. We did the chicken, we did the mussels, we're doing our shrimp right now. Don't cook them all the way through, cook them up to a point in which they change colors, but they're not completely cooked because they're gonna go on top of the rice later, and you'll see that. Okay, now we're adding garlic. Notice I haven't cleaned the pan, I'm just adding a little bit more oil. We're gonna do the vegetables now. Here are the previously blanched green beans and the sliced red bell peppers. Here we go with the red bell peppers. Just cook them briefly, let them absorb all the flavors from the pan, and set them aside. Now is the moment of truth. We're putting in the rice. For the rice, you're gonna try to find Spanish bomba rice. If you can't find it, try to find Italian arborio. If you can't find that, just use regular long grain rice, a good quality long grain rice. It will work fine, but if you can find the real thing, all the better. Okay, make sure that the rice now absorbs everything that remained in the pan, all the oils from the chorizo, from cooking of the chicken, and now we're going to start adding chicken broth on top. I cannot tell you how long this is going to cook, and I cannot tell you how much chicken broth and liquid you need to add, because it all depends, and you have to try this a few times until you perfect it. But just keep trying the rice and to a point in which it's still firm and a little hard inside. And at this point, while it's cooking outside, I'm gonna come indoors to prepare my saffron. I boiled some water in the microwave and add some saffron, which is a very expensive ingredient I mentioned before, and sometimes difficult to find. When I put it in the boiling water, it starts releasing a lot of aromas and flavors and color. This is a very important ingredient. If you can't find saffron, again, try going to the Spanish section of your supermarket and look for the Goya products, Goya. They make some pretty good stuff. and one of them is what is called sazon Goya con azafran, and azafran means saffron in Spanish. So if you can find the saffron, don't despair. You can always use that sazon Goya. In this case, I did have azafran, and here it is. After putting it, letting it rest in boiling water, and now before the rice is completely cooked, I want to put all the rest of the ingredients on top. We did put the vegetables on top of the rice, the green beans and the bell peppers, and then we added the seafood, which was the mussels and the shrimp, and now we're ending with the pieces of chicken all the way on the top. And then we close the lid and let it cook to the end. If you're missing some liquid, this is time to put final touches of liquid, which could be water or more chicken stock, and again just close the lid and let it cook for a little while. Keep checking, and then voila, all done, and serve at the table. This is our before picture, and this is our after picture. Of course, a couple of bottles of wine, good red wine will go very well with the paella. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this webisode of how to make paella. It is a wonderful, great way of getting together with friends and family on a lazy afternoon, on a weekend, in summer or fall, or actually any season of the year. It's a wonderful thing to do. It's a lot of fun. Somebody can help you washing the rice. Somebody can be chopping, slicing, and dicing the vegetables. Somebody can help you sauteing the chicken, cutting the chorizo. I mean, it's really, really wonderful experience, and for everybody, especially if you have a couple of good bottles of red wine next to you, that will make it even better. So it takes a little bit of practice. You're gonna need to do it a couple of times, but that's where the fun is, to repeat the process and enjoy it all the way through. So with that, I leave you, and I wish you the very best. Enjoy your friends, family, and have a great life. Bye now.